vaccine, you retiring.
Well, no, they can't force it. What they gonna do is they gonna basically make it so you might as well just get it.
Yeah.
Like they gonna make it like you can't do nothing. If you don't got it, you can't go out. Like not when I'm talking like on the team time, like when they on the road, they go for dinner, shit like that. Like they gonna be strict like that. Where the other motherfuckers that got it, the motherfuckers gonna be going out. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then you know how that peer pressure, motherfuckers like. Let's say DeAndre Hopkins get it, and then he spread it to a couple of people. But he talking about missing the game check. Motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, and he said they said they not any if they go through the if they go through any of the COVID shit, they not rescheduling games on the team.
Like that shit gonna be missed game check. So now you in the locker room with your not your real brothers, but your so-called brothers, you know what I'm saying? And now they like, yo, man, like the DeAndre Hopkins, you can afford to miss a couple checks. Nigga, more than a couple. Some people, you know what I'm saying, they check the check.
Mm-hmm.
So now just because you want to be a dickhead, well not a dickhead, I'm not gonna say that, but
I don't know why we got that fucking echo still.
The vaccine for me, I just look at it like this.
Okay.
I hate the people, like, if you really don't get vaccines and you just not for it, and you did your homework, alright, cool. But if you just getting it because you like, oh, nah, the government ain't getting me, ain't tracking me, that's just retarded, bro. It's just dumb and retarded because if they wanted to turn you into something you only want to be turned into and do something else, they could put it in anything. They could put it in aspirin. They could put it in the food you eat, the water you drink. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers sitting there, I ain't taking no vaccine. Well, go get antibiotics and go get the doctors that tell them to take Motrin. You're like, I gotta take these pills. The motherfucker come up with a vaccine. I ain't taking this shit. Go in and get me. Like, it's just dumb to me, bro. Like, I just don't understand that. My colleague, that nigga take like 6 pills a day. He getting that vaccine. Government ain't getting me. I'm like, nigga. The government can get you 6 pills you take.
Yeah, we gonna have an echo on here, bro. I don't understand why we fucking still got that echo.
Why?
I don't know.
That shit just started.
Nah, I've been echoing the whole time. It ain't bad. We good. All right, we Gucci.
You. Ain't echoing no more money.
Who'd you mute?
Shogun. So good.
I think Glizzy, that might be you, Glizzy. They muted you and it wasn't echoing no more. I think you might be close to something.
Yeah, he got his phone there or something, like a TV or something. Cause it just started on. I didn't hear it.
Now I don't hear it.
I don't hear anything. I never heard anything.
All y'all that's watching right now, can y'all hear echo? Let's see if any of them hear it. Yeah, it's still echo. All right, let me see. How about now? Yeah, I muted Guns too. It ain't doing it now. All right. Well, Guns, watch the broadcast, please, so you can so you still hear. All right, echo gone. All right, today we back at it again, man. I'm doing the divisionals conversations as always. We are flying. We're in week 5. Anybody know anything about the Falcons and the Lions game? Are they still active? I mean, they playing, or are we waiting on that game still?
That shit.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
fog
he
hit that shit.
said, what's it
Wow.
called? He said, Antonio said at like 10:30, he said, I'm on my way home, not far.
All right. So they rocking. That's cool. After that game, we can hit it. We'll be back at week 6 right now. So we are now actively in week 5. All right. 2028 season. A lot of guys think, oh man, 22 drop August 23. So we was, estimated to have 2 seasons left, right? Or we'll think we'll have this full season in, next year, right? But we got some news today on Madden 22, actually last night. Franchise guys, you know me, I don't never wait. I'll start my shit as soon as, you know what I mean, everybody got the game. We gone. But back in the days, learning how to run a franchise from guys like Onk, man. Shout out to my boy Onk too, man. It was always good to wait to the first patch. And when you usually wait for the first patch, then you start your league. So most guys don't start their league until September. Well, they are forcing us this time to wait for the patch. Word got back that if you start your franchises before that first patch happened, you will be resetting your franchise because of the scouting system that's going on with the new game. You need to have the updated version. It's not going to be ready during launch. It's going to happen during the first patch, and that's important. So that tells us we don't have till August 23rd now. We have till September to finish out in the Madden 21 leagues. As you know, our league is super active on both ends, Junkies and RDL. So that gives us another, another nice little run. So with that being said, the draft class will look like they always look, especially the next 2 now, because we're definitely a little farther than 2 seasons right now going into it. Especially if our league can't start until the 22 patch happens in September. So it's a good thing. So what happens is we all still gonna have 22 early and all that shit. Learn how to play the game, learn what you gotta do. So when it's time to get to the league starting, you already on point on what's going on. With that being said, that just made me turn up a little bit more. That's interesting to me. I enjoy the fact that we got some young gunners that came out this draft that's a must need to see them develop, grow up, and play. With that being said, again, we got King Falky here. So first part of this segment, I want to do a lot of conversations with him right now and talk about some things that I would like questions answered and just to hear where he coming from. First of all, Falk, at this point, knowing that the entire league is built right now, you was in this draft. You went through some of the stuff that happened early on in the draft and all that. Just share your input on part of what you thought you needed to do with this draft class, and where your team is at right now, and a couple of the first 5 picks. What did you think about the draft as an
Well, I
overhaul
thought as
and
an
what people picked?
overall, the draft was as usual. It was some studs in there, some sleepers, and I think people really had fun drafting. I think that's the most important thing about this league. That people have fun really drafting. I think 90% of the league was on drafting, which is rare, and being the fact that it's almost the end of July. I mean, for me, my team kind of been built since year 3, so stuff I've been getting the last couple of years has been kind of shit I want. For example, we got 94 linebacker last year, rookie. This year we got 96 speed tight end, something that I never really had in my offense. Where I just had a guy that fast this year, that can really just take the top off of defense from the middle of the field. As far as the draft, the top 5 picks, I think it was it was some good picks. I think T.R. Pitts was a good pick, but I also think that Najee should be in Baltimore. I think Hero kind of messed up the vibe of the draft a little bit. Whether he was being funny or he just doing it because he felt like he needed a quarterback. We know the real answer to it, but we're not going to keep crying over spilt milk. But I think it was solid picks, man. I think guys got superstars in the 4th round. Guys got dogs that I really looking around the league. Really don't see too many holes on teams, man. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody got a squad where they could compete and feel competitive. I think that's what keeps the league going.
Now, you played the Titans. The controversial was Tion Pitts going one, and then was that the best safety in the draft? Explain how guys look at the combine numbers and see things, and that sometimes that can trick your eyes to really seeing what's out there. And being in my league for such a long time, they should understand those first round grade guys. Especially if they graded to come out, top 10, 15 in the draft before they get edited. What are they going to look like when they do get edited? So Tion Pitts at 6'3", 215 came out on X Factor, 95 speed, really, really good pick. Probably should have been the number one pick of the draft. But then the Titans at 5 got the player. The 6'5" Sony Styles. You got to play the Titans week 1. There was no difference in those two players except for height and size. Simple as that. The 6'5" Styles running the 95 speed, 96 XL. He had 90 plus hit power, could cover, could do it all, and was X Factor. Do you feel like the Patriots being a dickhead? That's exactly what it was. Going to go get the quarterback, mad that safety was there. Do you feel like he missed out on that type of safety?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely did. I just think he, if he didn't really scout or he didn't really look, I think it was more of okay, the Ravens go first. The Ravens got who I wanted, so I'm going to get who he wants. Because I see he got another pick coming up. I know this is, the end, so everybody got a quarterback. Everybody in the league got a quarterback. So it's not, it's like, oh, well, we need, like, even you have a quarterback. You don't really need a quarterback, but it's somebody you want to play with. It's a luxury, you know what I'm saying? Somebody you want to play with. So I think he was just mad, or he just saw it and was like, oh, I'm going to get him then. And he didn't really look at the board and really look at the numbers and really see that, hold on, this guy is fast. He's number 1 or 2 in everything. He's 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", whatever he is.
6'5".
6'5". He's 225. That means he could play sub linebacker. And do some things. I just think he just really wasn't thinking. And I think Harold Berger wants to be not center of attention, but he likes to be the class clown. He's that person that searches for laughs, that searches for giggles. I think he thought he was, gonna make you mad and make a big laugh out of it by doing it. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, he got the attention because he got to live with that decision. You spent, like, if you look at it as a what do you call it, a program, a ball club, a business. You look at it like that. To get Trevor Lawrence in the building, he gave up a whole lot of incentive. He gave up a lot to get Trevor Lawrence in the building. For two seasons later to get another quarterback, in the sense of, fuck that, I'm getting him since you got this guy, right? So what he did was, he's going to be the talk of every broadcast. Every real talk is going to be a talk, because now we're going to compare that move that he made. So for you to go get that quarterback in a situation where nobody in the world would have thought you needed a quarterback, when Trevor Lawrence was playing still at a high level, and he even had him playing pretty good, right? So now we go back and we're going to look at these three players will always be in the same category through conversations. Tion Pitts, the number 1 pick, and then Sony Styles, the number 5 pick, with number 2 Najee Israel going, right? And so, yes, the tension is going to be there. I think we're going to make him a lot more, gonna make him a lot more famous than he already have been as the class clown. So now we on his head now, right? So what's the first thing we're going to talk about as we watch these kids go through their season as rookies? When they top 5, top 10 picks, they on the field right away. They have to play, right? So he in a situation now where he has to play the quarterback, and he has been playing the quarterback, and the quarterback has been, when we say shit like graveyard and all that, it's looking like that right now. I mean, last night I got to play him. He threw me 7 picks with that quarterback, 9 total. So did he put himself in a situation where, see when you're dealing with a Burgers, he don't give a fuck anyway. So in his head, while I'm pointing out you got him looking like shit, Trevor Lawrence was the answer, and I'm being real about it. Trevor Lawrence was your answer. This guy's not. That was stupid. So now how do you move forward with it? You playing this guy, and he's not going to be anything. He's leading the league in interceptions right now. And he has 1 win off a forced win. So then you look at Sony Styles, and my question is, Sony Styles, you got to play against Sony Styles. Y'all tried to play regular, it didn't work out. His internet wasn't together, and then you got to play the computer. Just talk to me about that player. Like, did he show
I
up?
didn't even
And
play the computer.
oh, that's right, you didn't. You got the first win.
That's the first one.
All right. So in the time before the games dropped, did you get to did you get to see this kid on the field at all? Did you notice his presence?
Man. He had like 2 tackles, one tackle for loss, and a pass breakup. I'm like, who that big motherfucker? And I see Styles. I'm like, oh shit. And then the game dropped.
Right, and then the game dropped a couple times. All right, so as we went through divisions right now, your division has to be spoken about because we've got T to retire early due to real football being in the way right now. What does that do in a sense? Like, does it, you're a competitor, so how much does that make you like, fuck, man, I don't get to, that's something I was looking forward to, versus where do you go from now when it comes down to your division, because it's a 3-man run now, Broncos, Chiefs, and you.
I just think maybe about 2 months ago, I resigned myself to the fact that after I won the Super Bowl, right? After I won, and not saying, once I won one, it was like I'm done. But that one Super Bowl was like, it was like 5 Super Bowls, and what I mean by that is, I was playing against a person that since September just literally been working on mastering the animations and when I say glitches, I'm not talking about in a bad way, but just the glitches and nuances of the game.
Right.
He's really been practicing that shit. Who knows, and this is not a shot, but who knows what he was watching on YouTube or the internet, and he really mastered it. So in him mastering it, and I said this to you before, it's like you got to play a certain way to even make the game against him. I've never had to do that against anybody.
Me either.
Even against him in previous years, I've never had to do that. You know what I'm saying? So for now, for it just to be like this year was just a perfect storm. This year just really catered to his style of play that he adopted, and he just mastered that shit better than anybody else. And it was damn near impossible to beat him. Like, you had to literally play a certain way to beat him, and then even that was still like, he could throw a ball a certain type of way, and you could pick the same play, throw the ball the same way, same coverage, and they get picked off.
Right.
But he catches it. 2 people there. So just to get back to my initial point, I kind of resigned myself to the point that it was just like, look, he got it. This. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say he was a product of the game, and it wasn't necessarily a shot. Like, people used to think it was a shot. Nah, he just really worked at the nuances of the game, the way the game allows you to play user. He mastered it. So in him mastering it, it was tough to beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could come out and throw 7 picks and still be in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How many people could do that?
Not a lot. You throw not a lot.
He could come out and pick plays, and how many times did he be like, man, I ain't kicking no field goal, I'm going for this shit.
Right, 4th and 30, 4th and 20, yep.
Yeah,
and not put himself in a situation.
So even that arrogance, even that cockiness was him knowing that he was just better than everybody, not as a Madden player, just at the game. You know what I'm saying? At this particular game, he was just better than everybody else because he adopted a style to play in September, and that style wound up being a style that was just going to make him damn near, unbeatable. So I kind of, just to answer your question, I kind of just resigned myself just to knowing, like, look, this is this. Me getting that one Super Bowl was like Giannis winning the other night. Giannis never won another championship.
Right.
But he did it his way. You know what I'm saying? He did it against the Brooklyn Nets, injuries permitting, you know what I'm saying? He did it against the Lakers, all these super teams, and he did it his way, and that means more. So it was like that one for me is really like 5, because it's like what I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't going to come over to, how many people going to go play, like, T was dominating, not like he did in RDL, but in Game of Thrones. How many people going to sign up to be in his division? Not too many people
How
that do
long?
that.
How long did it take us to get that fourth team cover with the Broncos? And the Chiefs was
Nah.
there only because it was the Chiefs. Anybody, you know what I mean? So with that being said, all right. So in a sense, and I feel where you're coming from because I had that same vibe. It's not waving a white flag because competition you line up to play no matter what. But understanding that football goes out the door with this game. Is that a true statement to say? Football goes
Yeah,
out the
go
door
out
and it
there,
comes
and
down to
that's
animation.
the perfect phrase. You hit it on the button with that one. Football goes out the window. So it's like I got to do certain things. Like, come on, when have you known me to run the ball 30 times in a game?
Man, never.
Just the winner of a game by 2 points. Like I've never had to do that. I've never had to do that. I never probably will. It was just this Madden 21 was just a different animal, and T really found the way. His play style he adopted this year, and the things he was great at really catered to him being unbeatable. And it's a props to him. But you'll be a fool to really be like, yeah, nah, the game ain't had something to do with that dominance, bro. Like, come
Right.
on, when I'm literally saying, bro, he could blow me out, but I can't blow him out. If I beat him, it's gonna be a close score.
And you going to really call the game of your life. That's how it was in the last game that dropped when in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes to go. When I told you, bro, I was calling so much shit, and even with that, dialing shit up. If I didn't get certain setups in and he quick hike me, he get 3rd and 40s on me, 3rd and 30s, 3rd and 22s, no matter what. Like it was hard, bro. Like if I pulled that win out, it still would have been a 10-point game. You know what I mean? 4-point game, some shit like that. Like it wouldn't even, you know what I mean?
And
like I said,
thing, like, look at that she said, like quick hike you. Like he adopted a style that was just like when he got in trouble and he got any positive there, he quick hike you.
Yeah.
What that do? That don't allow you to set up the defense.
Yep. And then when you got a player playing, when he playing a certain style, man, you got to get those setups in. Yeah. Bottom line.
He know everybody trait. He know their abilities. He know everything, and he know to click on. He know, no. Again, this is no shade or nothing, but he had basically the same setup on defense, whether it was man or zone, and that shit was really like. He got it from
bending
somewhere.
Bending the rules, our rules at that. Bending them.
He morphed it though. But listen, whether it was man or zone, he morphed the same setup to really where nothing was open.
Yeah.
And you had to literally like he was playing the game, you was playing the beat. What he was doing, but it really wasn't no beating.
Right. Now I agree, especially with the defensive setup where you know what I mean that same setup all game long. It kind of gets around our rules because on the play arc you're seeing different defenses being called, but it's the same setup. And to his credit, he know who he playing is got to rely on setting shit up. The way he played defense, you had to take your time at the line of scrimmage to set things up, right? And because he knew that, he always had the time to set his defense up. And on offense, he didn't give you that time at all when he, like you said, when he was in trouble. And it was smart. So with that being said, man, his dominance, was it impressive? I think so. I agree. I think it was impressive, but I understand it was more of a product of the game.
It was definitely impressive. Like, he was good in past years. So I can't say like he wasn't like this. And I think in years going forward, he won't be this. I think this year was just an outlier. I think again he adopted a style that really just like everything fell into place at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like the patches, the different things that they started allowing you to do, and he took full advantage of it. And then I think even when people caught up, he was already 4 or 5 months playing like that.
Right. So, all right, so let's talk about so going forward now with him, how much pressure does that put on the next group of guys with him out of the league, with us and then the next group of guys that have an opportunity to be able to get to a Super Bowl now on the AFC side? How much pressure do that put on people like the Colts, the Browns, the Texans, Shogun?
Well, now I think people got more confidence, man. I think people know like. You know, and just being honest, I think people was resigned to the fact that it was only two to three people that could beat T, and they were struggling to beat him, if that. Like if they beat him, it's gonna be like 3 points.
Yeah.
But he could hop on and beat them by 50.
Fast.
You know what I'm saying? Like they knew that, so it was like, all right, you know, Falk might get him. I doubt it. Falk might get him. Falk got him a couple times. Ant might get him. Ain't got, but for the most part, people kind of knew. Now it's like wide open now. You know what I mean? Like the big bully is gone, and now it's like, all right, well, you know, you still got the top tier guys, but you know they gonna play football, so they could be beaten. Like we could get beat at any given point because we really play football. You know what I'm saying? It's no like one play, one game. I could be locked in, and you get 5 touchdown passes. The next game you might get 5 picks if I ain't locked in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, cause you know it's just that's how we play. You know what I'm saying? We really play. So I think it's wide open, man. I think. You know, I think people want to get a bull. I think people just don't want T to be the one who won one or Falk. You know what I mean? Because right now, I mean, honestly, you know, he got what, 6?
6 of them things out of 7 seasons. 6.
Yeah, he got 6. I got 1. So that means basically, and it's really all him. But that means basically the AFC won everything and one division won everything.
Yeah.
You know, so. You know, I think people like the NFC gonna get shut out. Like really?
Right. And I was just going to go there. How much pressure it is on the NFC because we still have his style of play in the league. His younger brother plays exactly like him. So that style is still in the league. So my thing is the NFC. How important it is for them to try to close out and get a Super Bowl in this league before it's all said and done, where it's not a whole AFC dominance.
I think you just wanna go into 22 with some swagger.
Right.
You wanna go in there with a like, all right, look, this what it is, this what we did. You know, this is where we going, because you just don't want it to be, you know, like if I'm not mistaken, only 3 people wanted a chip in Game of Thrones, right? Or 4 people, 4 different people wanted a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Boone won 1. I won 3. You won.
I won 1.
T won, or did T win 3? I won 2. That's what it was. T won 3. I won 2. Boone won 1. But Corey went to 1.
I won 1. Boone won 1. You won 2, and T won 3.
3. Yep. And,
so now this only me and T won 1.
Right.
So now you basically got out of 32 people, give or take some new people coming and going. So maybe 40 total people. You only got 4 people that have won the Super Bowl.
Right. And then in the NFC, in this league, we've seen the Cowboys, the Rams, the Niners, and the Cardinals all have played in the Super Bowl but lost. And on our side, it's been you and T only. So now, again, with him being gone, it opens up space for both sides, AFC and NFC, to push harder for the last couple of seasons to try to get into them situations where they playing or winning the Super Bowl. In this draft, we had running backs came out. This class has really, really good running backs to come out. How important was it for the Broncos to get a running back this draft? They spent the first round pick on him, Richard Young, to help out with them only having 1 running back on their roster for the last 3 to 4 seasons. How important was it for them to get another running back? And should they have spent the first round pick on it?
Very important, because I think the style of ball that makes him effective is when he's running the ball.
Right.
I mean, again, you know, we're a division rival. He's effective against me per se when he's running the ball, and then he could get some play action, and he had the change. So I think it was real important for him to get a running back that could, you know, complement what he had, but possibly be that bell cow.
Right. And he got the number 1 running back that was on the board. I'm not saying he was the number 1 running back, but he got the number 1 running back on the board. He was graded out to be number 1. Richard Young, with the process of him being there, far as his utility, what is he doing with him? I could dig into that real fast before I get out of it. He does have 44 carries, 109 yards, but he only averages 2.5 yards and 4 touchdowns right now. Do you think that those numbers have to go up? And because he got a player of this caliber, do you think that stops John Emery from being the guy over there, or is he, is this going to be a situation where you got to now use 2 running backs? Because you know how it is with deflator on, you hit that motherfucker once, and now you don't got nobody to bring in when your guy red. Now you have that guy to bring in. How important it is for him to find a way to utilize both those guys in his offense. We're looking at other running backs. I think the Bears got a top running back in Reuben Owens. In my opinion, I don't think they really needed him. That's what happens when the computer picking for you. And then we get Jason Nelson. And what does, in your mind, me picking Jason Nelson once the QB situation was gone by 11, I come and pick Jason Nelson. Do you think that was an overpick, picking the best talent, or do you think he's going to be a vital part of our offense?
Well, I think he's definitely going to be a vital part because you're going to make him a vital part.
Right.
You're going to, again, you didn't need him, but it's a luxury pick, and it's somebody you coached in real life, and it's somebody that you going to make special. Just like me with the tight end.
Right.
And somebody I wanted. I didn't need a tight end. I just wanted a faster tight end. I didn't need it. So now I'm focusing on getting him the ball more. You're going to do the same with Jason Nelson to make him, a top running back in the league.
51 carries, 308 yards, 6 yards to carry, 5 rushing touchdowns at this point in 3 games. And he ain't even unlocked yet, nope. Well, he will be at the end of this broadcast, because if you typed your name in the chat, in the conversation, in the comment section, you will have a rookie unlocked at the end of this draft, at the end of this real talk. So hopefully y'all was paying attention if you are in the league. The Falcons got a top tier running back of Jonathan Brooks. They had 2 dogs on their team already. Now the next running back that I think went off the board has to play, Dylan Smothers. Now he's there, and they got Kyle Wallace and dropped on, what's his name? What's that running back name? My bad. J.K. Dobbins at 29 years old. His production was completely down. He lost his X Factor ability. So you got Kyle Wallace and you got Dylan Smothers, who's a superstar, 96 speed, 96 excel at 200 pounds. This guy's a dog. He's probably the 3rd best running back in the draft. He's a dog. Now, how important it is for the Titans to play this guy ASAP will be a big question. In my opinion, I think he's supposed to be the starting running back now. Get him going right now, and don't waste time trying to get him going. So we should see how that play itself out as we keep going through these running backs right now. Then we start to get to the regular my player name running back. So Boone got a Deshaun Henry, who we will call Derrick Henry's little brother, at 6'4", 245 pounds. 86 overall fault, 95 speed, 95 excel, X factor, 95 break tackle, 95 trucking. I mean, this is a faster the faster Derrick Henry right now. And we know Boone had 1 running back over there. He's probably the only one in the league that hasn't played with an X factor running back yet. So to get that out the way, once you get unlocked and he's an X factor, what could this do for Kyler Murray and that Cardinal spread offense?
I was just speechless when I saw they got him. When you saw you got him, man, just that big and that fast and that agile. And
I mean, 6'4" linebacker size, bro. 92 agility, 95 break tackle. Like, he's when you know how it is, bro. The guy gonna take a little bit before he before you get the rookies going and all that, though. But they unlock. Once it's an unlocked situation, you're dealing with a guy that can really change his offense. Do you feel like he need to do certain things to make this guy super special, or can he play how he been playing? Because he been running the ball a lot. We haven't had Boone for a while, but he's back now. And when he was playing at a high level, was because he was running the ball out of traditional run plays.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll keep going down the list, and we get a kid, Jaleel Ruggs, Henry Ruggs' little brother, the fastest running back to come out the draft. I know you saw it. Yeah, you had your eyes on him at one point. 98 speed, 98 acceleration. What can we've seen what the fastbacks do immediately. Now he got a dog already, and his running back over there already. My question to you is this a work him in type running back, or with that speed getting going right now as a starter?
He will be a starter right now. Unlock him if you can. If he ain't locked, you got stuck locked. And once he unlocks, oh my god.
Oh my God. I mean, you got Kaylan Manuel, who's been very, very, very important to this Texans offense and their run game. When you get this kid, I mean, the only thing he's lacking is high break tackles and trucking. But that speed different right now. We see what Cameron Williams does for the Washington football team with that speed. You see what Henny does for Nano with that speed over there. I'm talking about legit like elite speed. We know what that does. Now when you say you start him right away, is he a 20 carry guy though as a starter?
I mean, I would start off with him maybe 12 to 15 carries. And the
Right.
only reason is because he not, he's not a big back. So you have to build that carry into high 90s when you
Right.
start giving him 20, 25 carries.
I believe it. Now we had some big running backs that guys probably didn't pay attention to as much. If they did, I think they go higher than they did. I'm talking about big size, 6'2", 250, big fullback body running backs that played the running back position. That somebody in their right mind should have saw it and been drafted them, knowing that they can play these guys at fullback as well. But we got a Victor Iacovino who came out 6'2", 250, 92 speed, 92 excel, same thing, 96 break tackle, 96 trucking, superstar. Eagles picked him up. They got three dogs at running back over there. They didn't move him to the fullback yet. But what would you do if you grabbed a guy like this, Iacovino or Ryan Roberts or Brandon Marty, those type of big backs that can play either or fullback or tailback? How would you use a guy like that?
I would use him at fullback at the beginning, depending on my running back is, and then if it's short yardage situation, I'm putting them in. But guys like that you want to develop quick as you can, and then maybe move on a fullback because
Right.
you always got that safety net to move on a running back and get them tough yards.
Right. And especially with a Iacovino, this guy can catch the ball out the backfield and he can give you 20, 25 carries. He could be a 200-yard game guy if used right. Let's see what the Eagles do with him. Now, this is a pick that I don't know what round you got Farley Gumby in, but we know who FG is. You grabbed him, and part of me know that your running back is LJ Johnson, Grandma Ma's son. But does this guy, can he push the envelope to become a starter for you over there? He's already a superstar now, and I mean, at the end of the day, bro, there's nothing he's missing as a back.
Nah, he definitely can. He showed signs. He's my kick returner, and in the preseason, he had a solid preseason. We never really gave LJ a chance. We had Najee for all them years, and
Right.
LJ kind of waited his turn for the MVP. So we didn't really run the ball. Like I think I might have been 28th. I had 1,000 yards, but I might have been like 28th in carries.
Right.
Which is not good. You know what I mean? Like, so this year we said we're going to try to give him 200 carries, see what he end up with, and then next year maybe move on from him, let him go get some money somewhere, and then let Mr. Gumby be the guy.
So at this point, you guys are dedicated to allowing LJ to show what he could do, considering he waited his turn.
Yeah, we give him yeah.
All right, I respect that. Now, a lot of other running backs came out, again, outside of Nick Brandon Marty. I probably wouldn't really want to talk about too many other running backs that were rookies. I don't think they can really see the field and play for the teams. I've been through all the teams and who got who. None of them, to me, are really worthy to be talking about playing. The ones I spoke about have a situation where they can actually be starters for the teams they on right now, so we spoke on that. I want to get to the receivers real fast. And take a look at some of these young receivers that came out and where they went. Now, Jalen Brown, Florida State, 6'1", 179. He came out wheels, 98 speed, 98 excel. He also has 95 special catch. He went to the Cardinals. We know it was all about Willington III over there at receiver, and Boone really didn't have a true number 2 receiver over there. Do you think this kid went to the right team to be able to be utilized ASAP?
Say that last part where you went in and out.
Jalen Brown, Boone drafted him with the number 4 pick in this draft. 98 speed, 98 excel. How do you feel about that pick? Do you feel like this is going to be a receiver that's going to be utilized ASAP?
I think Boone had probably top 3 draft overall.
Yeah.
Just with getting Derrick Henry little brother and getting that guy. I don't know if Kyler Murray is still the guy.
Okay.
And I think honestly he might want to maybe go see if he could get Trevor Lawrence for cheap, and then I think that'll put him over the top. I just
I
think
like
Kyler
that.
Murray is a little slight, and even though he's a mobile, I just think that maybe him throwing the ball from that little frame, it'll come out different from a 6'6" guy, 6'6" guy.
Right.
In my
Or
opinion.
even hit the Patriots up and see if he can get Israel out of there
All right, yeah.
to actually play his style of football. I like it. You know, Boone. If Boone, I thought that pick with that running back, the way Boone has started to run the ball, he really became pretty good at running the ball with traditional run plays, right? But we also know he liked to spread the field out. You know how it was. You get that one receiver he usually go dummies with him. I thought that pick at receiver, I thought it gave him the ability to go ahead back into those 3 to 4 wide receiver spread outs and catch you with the deep ball with either or with him or Jalen Brown with that 97 speed or 98 speed. So in both of those situations, I thought this could open his offense back up. And in my mind, I see Jalen Brown being NFC Rookie of the Year over there.
Yeah.
Because I just think he will use him and a lot. I think he'll use him a lot. As far as what he's doing with him right now. Let's take a look real fast, dig into the stats, see what he's doing right now. 17 catches, 345 yards, 4 touchdowns. There's only one other receiver that's a rookie right now that's playing, better than that right now. He's in Cincinnati with the kid Wise right now. So again, like I said, Jalen Brown, two of our top 10 picks were
Well,
receivers.
well, I mean, it's a tight end position. Let's say Emory having a good year.
Yeah, but tight end numbers are receiver numbers, so we got to talk about that. We'll talk about that as well. So right now, when you look at the rookie production, let's go over here and look at receivers and rookie production real fast. And stats real fast. Give me a second. Let's get to it. Let's go to NFL and let's look at who's doing what when it comes down to receivers right now. Last time I checked on this, we were looking at numbers line. Here we go. So when you look at catches right now, Enrique Wise, the rookie, the number I think it was number 6 or number 8, number 10 pick, the number 10 pick in the draft. Enrique Wise has 40 catches, 491 yards, 5 touchdowns. The next young kid that's putting up numbers like that as far as catches. Let's go see if I can find them. Any rookies. Here we go. Jalen Brown, 17 catches. We'll talk about his yards in a second. I just want to see if I can find any rookies. And then you got Joel Emery at tight end, a 6'6", 225, 96 speed burner with 16 catches. Now, when you go to yards itself, you're looking at Joel Emery with 550 yards. So 16 catches, 550 and 8. Explain to us, because we had Kyle Pitts in the league, and then had a couple tight ends in the league that to me are like a Michael Martinez, like a DW, like the guy out there for the Browns, Oreo, whatever his name is, one of those type of guys. I think they are naturally true tight ends that just have special speed. But this guy is somebody I looked at like a Kyle Pitts should have been being used. Just talk about having that type of weapon. We know he's not going to move people out the way in a blocking game, but 6'6", 225, that frame at being that tight end, just the things you can do with a player like this.
Yeah, well, just his sheer size, and then the fact he's fast. You can line him up tight, off tight, what I'm saying, like a flexion, slot, and with that speed and agileness, he's able to get in spaces that sometimes some of my receivers can't.
Right.
So just to have somebody that's a big target, one that you can see, and then that can run. It's just hard. And he's lined up with these linebackers, that's 90 speed, 91 speed, and he just can't stick them. And if you move him around, motion him, flex him, off tight, and it's gonna be a long day.
And how much of how much of drafting this guy when you drafted him was that part of the plan? When you call this guy and you talk to him and you say, we picked you for this reason, this is what you can do to help change, put our offense over the top. What conversation how's that conversation?
The conversation just goes, you're the guy for us. We're going to focus on you. We're going to design plays to get you going, and you got to produce for us. Because we got weapons, man. I mean,
Right.
we're loaded. At receiver. We got 2 running backs. We got a running back I don't even use in David Moore. So we got guys. We're 7-8 deep at the skill position at receiver, running back. So it's a luxury having you, and just go show your greatness. You're gonna have one-on-one coverage.
And that's important. The fact that you picked him in the top 10. I mean, you moved up, lost draft picks, lost a future draft pick in the process to be able to move into the top 10 to get this type of athlete. Where defensively it was some guys there that were definitely top 5 picks, and you picked this kid. So that for you to do that. Are you putting us all on notice, saying this is the piece right now?
Yeah, I think this unlocks my offense. I think my offense literally has, other than my O-line situations that I'd rather not talk about right now, literally has no weaknesses.
Right.
So it's just a matter of how we come to play our play calling that day.
When you think about tight ends in the league, what teams do you think about when you think about that guy's a dog?
Comes to mind definitely the Chiefs.
Michael Martinez,
Yeah, I think
475 yards,
he's
5
the
touchdowns.
best. Yeah, I think he's the best tight end in the league. I think you gotta go to, it's a little biased because they're in my division, so I see him twice a year. You gotta go to Eric All, the tight end for Raiders. And then you gotta go to a guy who started off his career rough, but then rebounded tremendously in Baltimore with Washington. And then it's a couple dogs all over, man. I mean, the Browns got one, but the ones that stand out is Martinez, Darnell Washington, and Eric Ball.
Right. Now we saw some pretty good defenders go off the board where we was like still in the draft when Cowboys picked up Earl Lewis. Then Mike got Julian Jones. But I think we slept on this D tackle that the Chiefs picked up. I know I spoke on the Chiefs draft already. We're supposed to be doing different divisions right now, but that I got you for the first part of this. I'm going to continue to do what I'm talking about right now. And we go to this D tackle. I'm on stats, so I'm just going to try to find him. I don't know if he's playing. Do you even have? You know what? Let's just go get him. Let's just go get him the right way. In the 4th round, bro, like I seen this guy, but I know how the league was going, how the draft was going, so I wasn't, pressed to jump up and get him super fast. I thought I had a 3rd round pick, which I would have been able to get him in the 3rd round, but he went round 4, pick 16 to the Chiefs. I think you stepped away at this point because I'm quite sure you probably wouldn't have let that shit slide all the way there either.
No.
But this is what happened. How does a guy, Devon McGowan, how does a guy at 6'8", 345 pounds, 86 speed, 85 excel, 85 agility, 82 change of direction, as of 6'8", 345 pound man, 96 strength, high 80s across the board, come out 4th round, pick 13, X Factor? Does that negate the Earl Lewis in the 1st round, late 1st round, versus the guy like this type of talent that went 4th round, pick 13, X Factor? It could possibly be the steal of the draft.
Yeah, that was big. That was big to get that at that point in the draft.
That late in the draft, bro. I picked that 30 in the 4th round. I didn't have a 3rd, and I thought I had a 3rd round pick. And that's where I was going 3rd round. This guy slid down the board, and then got picked in the 4th round.
That was huge. That was huge to do that. If that's not the steal of the draft, that's right there.
Right. And you know, after the show, if he wanted, this could be his guy. He unlocked, and now you're dealing with that type of force, with that type of speed, playing in the middle of the field all game long. I mean, we're looking at a Calais Campbell with like, I mean, what type of like Warren Sapp type speed and strength, but Calais Campbell's size with that type of speed and strength to go along with it. He's an impact player ASAP, day one. As soon as you put him on the field, as soon as he unlocked, he's going to be a problem. Um, on defense and all that. What the fuck D West want, man? But yeah, so with that being said, he got to hold on. You getting the first win, bro. You getting the first win. You heard? While I'm on the real talk, so you gotta give me a second. All right, I'll call you right back. All right. Don't y'all playing Junkies?
Yeah, you might gotta play that shit tomorrow. When that league event?
We just advanced last night. You got till tomorrow.
You might gotta play that shit tomorrow, unless you can play that shit right now.
That's probably what he was great to say. But yeah, so with that being said, we come off of some of these players, some of these rookies that came out right now. Fuck, my question before I let you go out of here and I get D West to see if he's gonna play you right now. We'll come back to the show. Teams that you think going forward right now and RDL, what teams you feel as though have to take that next stride?
Definitely the Rams. Definitely the Niners in the NFC. Definitely, I mean, even though he's played in the Super Bowl, definitely D West.
Okay.
I mean, he's been one of the better teams in the NFC since RDL started. He just don't really got nothing to show for other than the appearance. I think the Redskins. I think it's time for Hitter to kind of get in the playoffs and advance. He's been in the playoffs, but make a deep run.
Right.
I think now he got the formula to do it. I think you know, the old dog still, Corey. I think this could be his year where he could sneak in and finally get that elusive Super Bowl.
Right. I agree.
I think it's the line, and you know, and then I also think Booney. I think Booney could resurrect rather his Madden prowess and be one of the better players if he could, you know, get to the bowl and win it.
Right.
That's NFC. You know, we got the Bears. The Bears are still a sleeper. But far as people that, you know, he's relatively new. Far as people that need to prove something as those. And the AFC, I think definitely the Ravens itself. I think the Browns. I think the Colts. And you know, a dark horse. And I think they just need to tighten up some offensive things. The Jets. I don't think they need to show anything, but I think they're a dark horse.
Right.
That could upset some people. And then, you know, not for nothing, I mean, you know, is Circle Bot going forever be the 7th seed, and that's just cool for him, that's what he wants? Or is this his time to make a deep playoff run and get a playoff win? And is this time for the Chiefs?
I was just going to say that Chiefs got to get in.
He's a quality loser, man. He's a quality user. You know, he's giving me tough games in Arrowhead.
My two is the Chiefs and the Bengals. Bengals too, bro. I think the Bengals got to fight.
I was gonna say the Bengals, but I think for the Bengals, I think it's more so. I'll be impressed with him if he make the playoffs and maybe get like a win, a wild card, round win.
Right.
And then if he go up against, you know, a player that's just, you know, better than he and lose, there ain't no shame in that.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's what it is, man. I think you got the Broncos, Chiefs. I think you got definitely pressure on Nigel, the Colts. I think you got pressure on the whole NFC. I mean the AFC North, except the Steelers, and then the AFC East. You got, you know, it's not pressure, but I think he could be a dark horse. Is the Jets.
I pretty much agree with everything you're saying right now. Completely all the same teams right now. I do think the Browns, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Colts, the Texans, I think the Jets. I think the Jets have to win their division, show that they could dominate that division, and then I think, you know, in the playoffs, again, they have to build off of those games that they've played close with top tier guys in the playoffs that they lose by, you know, the fourth quarter and the drive, a couple of points.
Right.
So I agree there too. In the NFC, I like every team you said over there. But I think the Falcons need to take that next stride as well. They've been in the playoffs. I think they need to get a playoff dub now. And then Corey, man, can Corey like bring himself back into a situation where he can get to a Super Bowl? He still, in my opinion, needs to win one. But getting back, because you know he fell all the way off in this league, man. His energy was gone. I guess he got busy coaching. That's why we was calling him Coach Carter. I do think he needs to be able to show that he's still who he is over there, and take that next stride and all that. I like the Bears. I don't think the Bears are dark horse. I think the Bears is exactly where he's been at. He missed the playoffs last year, after getting to the Super Bowl. So I do think he need to get back there. Now I don't know if he was the one that got to the Super Bowl or was it the old user, but that following year he got right back to the playoffs with that team and had a really good record, and I think he need to build off of that as well. But GETA is my main concern over there in the NFC. I think it's that time now where he's not playing for the 7 or 6 seed. He's winning the division. He's in the driver's seat right now. He's one up on D West right now, and he's playing better football right now. And the whole thing with GETA is the offense. Simple as that. Can you play smarter offense to keep your defense off the field as much as they have to play on the field? When I watch his games and he loses because the offense turned the ball over and guys strike fast off those turnovers on that defense. But when he allow that defense just to play, and you got to put a drive together, it's a long drive. You got to put a long drive together with that defense. So with that being said, I like him in the NFC to be able to prove, 11-5, 12-4 type shit. I think he can do it, and he has to show that he can do it. And then is Nano comfortable with playing in the Super Bowl or getting back to there and trying to win one? What step are you? Are you still taking those strides to be, one of the top tier players, or are you just exactly who you are? So who are you there in that, with that sense? And then I want to see the battle with the Colts and the Texans. I want to see if the Texans is ready to take that next stride, or are we going to say to sit here and see the Colts win it again? And then if the Colts do win that division, can he win after the divisional round? Can he get past that divisional round and play in the AFC Championship game? So they are the questions I would have to like to see answered right now, and I think the league should be more energized and wide open, knowing that there's a true sense of somebody else is going to have to win a Super Bowl now, because the person that been dominated stepped down to get ready for real football. So that's where we at right now, man. Who's ready to take that challenge? Now remember, if you are in this chat and you're watching the broadcast, please type your team name and who you are in the chat so you can get your rookie unlocked. I'm quite sure you guys got somebody that's counting 160 snaps right now. You need him open right now. This is the way to get it, by being on the broadcast watching it. Other than that, let's get ready for advance and move on to week 6 and keep shit pushing. You already know how we do it. I mean, week 5. That's right. Oh, I got the Browns again. Oh boy. I have to wait for fucking the sky to turn bright blue and shit for us to play this game. Come on, Drew. Knock it off. I want to see if that game being played. I don't know if the Falcons and the Lions playing already or not, and they are locked in. Good. All right, so there we go. There it is. We'll be back here. I didn't break down division and the teams in each division this time because I wanted to talk to Falk on this special interview conversation just to see, where we all at right now with it, man. So let's get to it how we do. I appreciate you, Falk, as always, man. We're out of here, you heard?